Hello everyone, hope you all doing well. In this video I'll explain what a power crush is and how to use it. Power crush is a move property introduced in Tekken 7. Moves with power crushing properties lets fighter absorb damage from mid or high attacks while allowing their own attack to continue. Power crush moves are similar to focus attack in the Street Fighter 4 series, as they both allow fighters to armor through attacks while taking damage. Power crush moves can be interrupted if hit by a low attack or a throw during their execution. They are usually punishable with exception, i.e. Howrung, with long startup and recovery frames. All rage arts have the power crush properties but can also absorb low attacks. Low attacks beat power crush, but low attacks with counter hit properties will count as a counter hit when they connect on power crush. For example, Brian's soccer kick, the first hit of Kazuya's hell sweep, Armor King's down back 3 and last down back 4 will knock down and give them a guaranteed follow-up or a full combo. Also string which have high and low such as Kazuya's 1 to 4 3, third hit will count as a counter hit, allowing the whole string to become guaranteed. Power crush can be used in several ways, sometimes as a wall combo ender for max damage or for Okizeme. Sometimes power crush can be used in an aggressive manner depending on the character. High power crushes are three types: screw, wall bounce, knockdown and also wall splat. High power crushes are usually safe on block, unlike mid power crushes. But of course, since they are high, they are vulnerable to being ducked and launched by your opponent if they expect it. Howrung can screw with this backlash, Lars with this silent entry 4. However, Howrung's backlash is much more difficult to punish if you happen to duck under it. Both are homing power crushes. Wall bounce power crush are safe. A good example is Shaheen and Asuka's power crush. Both give great damage near the wall if you are able to connect. Knockdown power crush are usually safe. Examples of these include Brian, Jax and Paul's power crushes. Aside from knocking down, they also wall splat. A character like Marduk is unsafe on block. Some close range pressure type characters like Steve, Nina and Lei can even hit you when your slow power crush is active, but they still have the time to duck under them, so it is advised to avoid using them when being pressured by these characters. For example, Steve can go into his duck stance after using his many pressure strings to duck under the power crush. Even his rage drive is a great tool against high power crushes due to its evasive nature. Lei can also evade some high power crush moves with its razor rush, which will allow him to go into his many stances. His snake stance, which will allow him a full combo, is especially useful against high power crushes. Nina can cancel her SS1 pressure into duck or sway and punish high power crush moves heavily. Mid power crushes have 5 types: launch on normal hit, wall bounce, ballerina spin, give you follow-ups and knocks down. Mid power crush are usually fast but not safe. Each power crush is mostly punishable from -12 to -15 or more. There are a few unique type of mid power crushes in the game that will launch the opponent for a full combo on hit, but this will come at a cost since they are usually -15 or above. A good example being Negan's Power 1+2, Lily's Double Power 2 and Zafina's Scarecrow power crush, which will give you a full combo on hit at the cost of being highly punishable. Characters like Miguel and Lee have mid-wall bounces. These are relatively fast and give you great amount of damage on hit. Since both are riskier because they can be launched by many characters, these wall bounce power crushes are most effective when your opponent back is against the wall. Characters like Howrung, Alisa, etc.'s power crushes send you into ballerina spin, aside from knocking down. They also wall splat if your opponent back is close to the wall. These power crush are used in combos for screw but can also be used in different situations. Howrung power crush start from his flamingo stance, catch your opponent sidestepping or opponents who press buttons a lot. Alisa's power crush allows her to go into a destructive form with her many scary 50-50 mix-ups. Fang and Steve. These characters get a free follow-up after their power crush. Fang gets a free back 1+2 after his power crush, while Steve can get a 14 frame attack such as Sonic Fang or Double Power 2 without walls. At the wall, the damage is increased significantly as its option for follow-up allow for up to 24 frame follow-ups. including things such as Rocket Punch or Sway into 1-1. Fang Power Crush is safe but is too slow and can be sidewalked from both sides easily. About Steep Power Crush, use it quite carefully because it's highly punishable on block at -18, means it can be launched by many characters. Knockdown Power Crush come in all kind of starter frames, but they tend to be on the faster side usually. This can be used in two situations. One on aggressive opponent who press buttons a lot, which will reward you with Okizeme. Two at the wall for wall splat, on opponent who try to press buttons over there. There is another type of unique Power Crush category, and these ones are very rarely seen among the Tekken roster. They are completely safe on block and they leave the opponent forced into crouch on hit. They have slow startup than average and will not knock down the opponent on normal hit. An example of this being Eddie's up back 3 and Zafina's back 3. Skilled Tekken 7 players will know how to beat the Power Crush. This includes the use of low attacks and throws. It is for this reason that using Power Crush move against skilled players is not advisable. One of their best use cases is against players who continuously attack without breaks. Against them, Power Crush becomes a great option to beat out their continuous button mashing. The biggest weakness of high Power Crush moves are the generic jab or 13 frame moves. With these moves, you can hit an opponent using a Power Crush and still manage to duck under them. Surprisingly, on some slow high Power Crush attacks such as Paul and Jax, you can even EWGF and still have time to duck. Sometimes generic 10 frame jabs work on mid Power Crush as well and give you enough time to recover. However, this is not always the case. Mid Power Crush moves tend to be highly punishable, whereas high Power Crushes had the options to be ducked, even if they were safe. Unfortunately for some characters like Bob and Steve, they do not have fast launchers, which make their best punish tool on mid Power Crush moves knocks down. Lastly, many are under the misconception that breaking a throw is impossible if you are caught with one while in the middle of using a Power Crush attack. This is not true, but is possible with a just frame timing on the throw break. Thank you for watching everyone. Hope this short guide will help you to understand what is Power Crush in this game. See you guys in the next video. Take care.